Over here we have the recognition of Eisenhower as Supreme Allied Commander. This sculpture grouping is inspired by a very famous photo that was taken on the eve of D-Day. Eisenhower is speaking to the 101st Airborne. He chose that group to speak to because it was anticipated that they could have a 70% or higher casualty rate. So he went out there, he found some of the 101st Airborne. The story goes he wanted to know if anybody was from Kansas. These soldiers do not represent any particular people, but some of the original soldiers that were in the group say he's holding his hand that way because he was talking about fly fishing. Maybe true, it might not be true, but that's the story. So you'll notice these paratroopers, all the gear that they had to have with them when they jumped had to be strapped to their bodies. And so they have these, you'll see straps going around, and some of them hold ammunition and some of them hold the things they would need to survive because they were being dropped behind the lines. And there is Eisenhower with the very famous Eisenhower jacket, which was that shorter cutoff at the waist. The other thing I want you to look at is how young some of these soldiers are. The two on the outside of this grouping of four look very young. And it's a reminder that these soldiers that were going on the invasion the next day, a lot of them were just kids. And so that's reflected here in this sculpture. You know, our history is told in many different ways in America, and one of the ways it is told is through memorials and monuments, particularly in Washington, D.C. We have an educational program that will be on the National Park Service website that will be hosted by the Eisenhower Foundation in Abilene, Kansas. We'll have a lot of teaching resources. I just think you look over here and you say, who are those guys? And what is that giant stainless steel thing over there? And then you come over here, you listen to the audio tours, maybe you're here on a student group, you listen to your teacher, and you go away and you learn about a guy that came from Abilene, Kansas. His family wasn't well known, his family wasn't rich. He figured out how to get a college education by going to West Point, and then went on to serve his country for the rest of his life until he retired after he retired from the presidency in 1960. It's a great story. It's an American story.